What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another reaction on the channel. Today is so exciting, and it's about time, if you get the reference. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed the other day because this announcement was spoiled for me on Twitter. So I knew the Crash was coming, and then I feel like they had to just kind of go with it after that. But I haven't seen the trailer and I'm so excited to see it. Got my Crash tee on. I have some amount of Crash Bandicoot merch in my house. I adore anything Crash Bandicoot, anything Spyro the Dragon, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. If I could have a platforming YouTube channel, my life would be complete. I wish I could have that, but they're just like, for whatever reason, they're really not that popular on YouTube and it sucks. So I'm gonna react to the first gameplay, and there's an interview as well where they're discussing more about Crash Bandicoot 4. There's a couple of things. I hope that it's similar to 2 and 3 with the level design. More so, I hope it's more like 2, because 3, I didn't like the rocket launcher. I felt like they were adding too much into 3, and 2 is my all-time favorite Crash Bandicoot game. So I hope that it is similar to Crash Bandicoot 2. Fingers crossed. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's watch this.
Hey guys, it's Jeff Keighley. Welcome to Summer Game Fest. We've got a great show kicking off this week for you. I'm really excited to be
starting
doing
with the best
another
one.
week of video game announcements. And one of the things... What is that sound outside?
I've got an extra special package for Geff. Jeef.
Kev. Well, they do spell it
Geoff.
funny.
Keg legs. I'm just messing with you. Jeff Keighley, come on out.
Not this again. I'm in the middle of a live stream right now. This guy always crashing.
I really want that mascot outfit. I don't know what I would do with it, but I want it.
Let me tell you, it better be worth it.
Oh my god. The cringe! The cringe is real!
Crash, I really don't want the dirt that you have on Cortex.
No. This is the Crash 4 trailer.
For real?
For real.
For real?
It's about time.
Exactly.
Here we go!
Bandicoot, you banished me to the past. But all it did was give me more time to plan your doom.
Oogie boogie! Copyright claim. A totally new game. Hell yeah. Okay, that looks mental. Oh my gosh. So it is gonna be similar. It's not like the PS2 Crash games that were a bit weird. Yes, it's got the backwards. Bye bye, Dino. Playing his Cortex. And of course, my girl Coco. Oh, this looks amazing. Ooh, I hope the bosses are a little bit harder. Like, some of the bosses in the original games are super easy. It's about time. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, it's right before my birthday as well.
How many times have you beaten this clown anyway? 3. Really? Only 3? Funny. Seemed like more.
Almost like there's shade for the
That's
games
right.
that we
There's the
don't
big
talk
news.
about.
Crash for a brand new Crash game. It is coming this October. And right now I am joined by Paul from Toys for Bob to tell us about the brand new Crash game.
Oh my
Paul,
gosh, the boogie boogie in
we
the
have been
background,
waiting for
like,
so long
that's
for
so
something new
expensive,
from
but I
Crash.
really
Of
want
course,
it.
Activision has done some amazing remasters of the Crash trilogy and CTR, but this is a brand new Crash game built from the ground up.
That's right. It's
Oh
hard
my
to
gosh,
believe,
I'm
but
so
it's been over 10
excited.
years since we've seen an original new entry into the series. So I'm delighted to finally unveil this secret that we've been sitting on for a while. It's
it's like you can
Crash
stop
4, It's
time
About
as
Time.
well.
And
That's awesome.
It's a play on the fact that we've been waiting for so long, but also it's a game that's literally about time.
Yeah, I want to get into it because the trailer is filled with so much information. I mean, playable neocortex, Coco, Crash, but I'm curious, like, what you guys had worked on.
I'm getting triggered because he's missing
the remasters
boxes
of Crash, but now to start with a new game, there's, I'm sure, so much trepidation about like what's going to be a worthy, follow on, calling it Crash 4. How did you guys approach this? Like, what kind of game did you want to build?
Yeah, I guess the first thing is we asked ourselves, where did we want to start? And though technically this is the 8th game in this series, all of the fan reception that was coming out of the Insane trilogy, we wanted to go back to the original trilogy and start from that. We're deliberately
thank
calling
goodness.
this Crash
Honestly,
4 because
the
we want to key
PS2
it
games
off of
are
the
not
original
good.
trilogy that was developed by Naughty Dog. And that was certainly a high point in the series, both critically and commercially. And so that's where the events are going to key off of. We're starting right at the end of that when Dr. Neocortex, Entropy, and Uka Uka have been banished to this distant planet. And they finally found a way, after many fruitless attempts, they found a way to break out. And in doing so, they've torn this gigantic hole in the universe and exposed the fact that there's a multiverse. So it's going to be up to the Bandicoots, Crash, and Coco to restore that order by reuniting the 4 great quantum masks.
The gameplay style, I think, a lot of people were probably wondering, hey, Crash in 2020, how much of it is, the more linear, classic Crash levels, and of course now, like, people wonder, like, is it an open world Crash game? How are you doing it? Like, tell us about balancing kind of the old style of gameplay, which is certainly not broken. We love it, versus the tendency to do, new styles of gameplay. Based on the trailer, it looks like you're being kind of still faithful to the original style of Crash versus making it some big, 3D open world. But is that correct? Like, how did you approach the actual style of the gameplay?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I think what we've heard was that people have found that style of gameplay to be really refreshing to return to. And so we wanted to key off of that. And when we observe some of the other games and platformers and how they've evolved over time, you're totally right. They've gone to a place where they're a little bit more open in nature. And as a consequence, the challenges and things
this looks tough as nails. Like, I'm just watching it and I'm like, oh my god.
Exploration, and maybe there's a little bit more focus on collection and combat. But when we think about classic Crash gameplay, it's dense and it's focused, and it's really the streams of hazards and the challenges, the platforming challenges, they come and there's almost a rhythmic quality to it and how reliable it is. And I know that for me, when I learn a level and I understand the nuance of the timing and the placement of all the different hazards, you can enter into a sort of flow state when you understand that kind of musicality.
Multiple playable
characters. Can you get the relics? I'm
how
rubbish
are you doing that?
at
Is
getting
it kind
the
of
relics.
like by level, or how, like we saw Coco and Neo playable in there? How does that work sort of in the scheme of the gameplay?
So Crash and Coco, you're going to be able to choose between them at any point in time, and they share the same moveset. Over the course of the adventure, you're going to encounter some new friends, some familiar faces, and you're right, there's going to be some new playable characters. We're teasing today Dr. Neocortex. He's got a completely different moveset from Crash and Coco.
Oh, that's
cool. So where the Bandicoots kind of barrel through and they've got the ability to spin and slide and belly slam, Dr. Neocortex is he's a little bit more of a cerebral character. He's a mad scientist, he's got inventions, and he relies on his intellect. So he's got a ray gun that he carries around with him. And that ray gun has the ability to transmogrify hazards and enemies into platforms. And he can choose between changing them into a static solid platform or a bouncy platform that gives him access to higher elevations.
So there's a lot of freedom
his gameplay
there.
And the levels that are built specifically for his moveset is going to be a completely different flavor. It's going to be a little bit more strategic, a little bit more cerebral. Yeah. And I think players are going to have to be a little bit more thoughtful about when to encounter a hazard, whether or not to change it into a platform, and what type of platform they're going to need at that point in the obstacle.
Wow, it seems ambitious that you're adding more elements to it, and then also you mentioned the masks. How do those work?
So the quantum masks, there's 4 of them in this game, and over the course of the adventure, they're scattered across the universe. You're going to have to rescue them from the clutches of certain bosses, both familiar and new. The quantum mask, 2 of them that
Familiar
we're talking about today,
bosses.
is the time mask and the gravity mask. And masks in this franchise, they've got a lot of personality. They've got their own names and their own voices and their own powers. So the time mask, her name is Kapunawa. And when Crash uses Kapunawa, he's got the ability to slow down time to a crawl. So for obstacles that are
So that's how he was
beyond,
able to jump
just
across
way too fast to
the
interface
things that were
with
coming down.
at normal speeds, he's going to be able to slow things down and then get past those obstacles. And in addition to that, he'll be able to get past nitro crates, which have traditionally been a one-hit, one-kill type of thing. But with the power of time, he's going to be able to slow things down, trigger that explosive,
and then get out the way
just barely before that explosion obliterates everything.
That is awesome.
The second mask is the gravity mask, and his name is Ika Ika. So when Crash dawns on Ika Ika, he's going to be able to
have an
flip
oogie boogie?
the direction of gravity and walk on the top of ceilings, walk upside down underneath platforms to get past impossible obstacles.
I'm really excited to play this.
I cannot wait.
Playing Crash back when the
it's gonna
original
be so
PlayStation
good.
first came out, and you know Activision's done a great job with the remasters, but to have a totally new game, I think, is what everyone was hoping for, and you're bringing it to life. So congrats for doing this, and thanks for doing it even from a work from home situation. It's awesome to see, and can't wait to get to play it later this year.
Thanks for having me. It's
Oh my
a great
gosh,
pleasure,
October
and,
cannot
I think
come
it's an exciting
fast
time for
enough.
games, and I'm so glad that we could reintroduce Crash, a new version and a new adventure at this time.
Oogie boogie! I'm so pumped. You guys have no idea. I wish I could see a little bit more, but that's enough for just now. So that is awesome. A brand new game. It's exactly what I was hoping. It's a lot closer to Crash 2 and Crash 3. As I say, there is a lot of Crash Bandicoot games that came out like on the PS2. I remember playing some of them, and I don't remember why I didn't like them. I just remember that I didn't like them. So for them to be making a new game and it's going to follow in the footsteps of the Insane trilogy, that makes me really pumped, really excited. Coming out right before my birthday, and I'm still kind of holding out hope that Gamescom maybe will go ahead this year, and then I can play it at Gamescom, so that would be awesome. But if Gamescom is not happening, I will happily just wait until October. So what do you guys think? Are you as excited as I am? What do you think about the gameplay? I think the levels look a lot tougher, actually, like more difficulty like the first game, whereas Crash 2 and 3 were not really that bad, but Crash 4, it looks really freaking difficult. I don't know. I'm so excited. This is like the perfect way to start off my week. Thank you so much for watching my reaction. I will have some of The Last of Us 2 coming a little bit later on, and then later on in the week we shall have some Naruto versus Pain reactions now that I have finished that arc. So thank you so much for all the love and support, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.